And welcome back to the OHIO podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Buckeye Boggs. That man over there is Sergeant MVP Aaron Brown, and today we are going to preview the big Ohio State season opener on the road with Bloomington, Indiana, with the Indiana Hoosiers. And this episode is brought to you by McDonald's of Greater Columbus. I'm showing you they have a brand new koozie that they are asking us to promote for the Ronald McDonald House of Greater Columbus in Central Ohio. And these ginormous koozies that they so nicely sent me one fit your giant cups that you get, the souvenir cups at the shoe. They're $6. Go to your local McDonald's, ask them for the Ohio State koozie, $6. Proceeds go and help the Ronald McDonald House of Central Ohio and Greater Columbus. Man, what an awesome cause this is, and we're so thankful that McDonald's reached out to us here at the OHIO podcast and said, "Hey, would you promote our koozies?" And we said, "Absolutely, we would be happy to do that." I'm loving this thing, Aaron. This thing is awesome.
I'm trying to get me one. I'm gonna fill
Yeah.
it full of water.
That's what I got right now. Nice little ice cold water on this Tuesday evening as we record. And if you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up, like this video right here on YouTube. Smash the like button if you're watching it on Rumble. If you're not following us on our social medias, absolutely please do that. We're at Facebook, facebook.com, The Ohio Podcast. Look us up there. On the Twitter at The Ohio Pod, on the X,
I
the
don't know what it's called
social
anymore.
app formerly known as Twitter, the X. And of course, you can always email us at theohiopodcast@gmail.com. Catch us on Big Banter, bigbantersports.com. You can find us there as well. And of course, if you're listening to this, by all means, please give us a 5-star review wherever you are listening to this podcast. We appreciate all of our podcast listeners as well. Well, Aaron, the big news today was Ryan Day said Kyle McCord is going to get the first snaps come Saturday against Indiana. Now, that does not necessarily mean he is the quote unquote starter or QB1. He'll get the start this Saturday. He said Devin Brown has earned the opportunity to play as well. What does that mean? We're going to find out. Does it mean that it's going to be 50-50? Does it mean that he's going to get the second half? Does it mean he gets the second quarter? Does it mean he gets the second series? Does it mean he's just QB2? We don't know any of those answers yet. Ryan was awful vague on that, but Aaron, you think you kind of have a theory on what's happening. I'd like to get your 2 cents.
It's there's a strategy involved. I think when you're using two brand new quarterbacks that have never started. Right. Okay. So McCord played against what? Akron, Toledo. One of those doesn't really matter. But
Akron. I think it was Akron.
I think it was. Yeah, it was anybody.
Not good.
Yeah, whatever the case, man, he looked like $1,000,000 for the most part. But when your first real genuine start and it's your team, it's Indiana, it's a Big Ten game, and I understand it's Indiana. We got it, okay, got it. There's a strategy involved with how you play that game. All right, so I think that McCord starts. I found it interesting that they announced the starter on a Tuesday. I think that you're definitely going to get a healthy dose of Devin Brown. I don't think, and the reason I feel that way is because if he was really trying to keep that close to the vest, right, and keep it a secret, why would you announce it on a Tuesday?
Well, he
Wouldn't you
has
do
his.
that?
It's
Wouldn't you
his
do it
norm.
on a Thursday or a Friday?
Well, it's his normal. It's his normal day to meet with the press. He didn't have to answer that, but I mean, this
That's
was his normal day to meet with the media.
right,
Game week.
right. But I'm
He did,
saying that information didn't have to be shared.
no, he could have held that close to the vest.
I mean, to me, announcing your starting quarterback when you have a competition like this and you've kept it a secret all summer long, he doesn't talk about injuries. Talking about who your starting quarterback is after all this time, and you share it, what, 5 days, 4 days before the game? Why wouldn't you wait just a little bit longer? That's why I feel like Devin Brown's going to he's going to get a shot. Now,
So,
I'm with you. I don't know. Does that second series, second half? I don't know.
sounds like Ryan Day said he met with both of them, shared with them both his idea, and that both were in agreement that that's probably the best thing for the team. Now, that could just be, you know, head coach speak.
Yeah,
They could be but said yes sir because that's the kind of guys they are. But in their hearts, they're, Devin Brown's thinking I'm going to kick his butt when I get my opportunity, and I hope he is like that because that means he's a great competitor.
got to
You
have
know,
that. Yep.
and if you want Kyle McCord, playing with the most confidence that he absolutely can have, I think that's important. But I hear what you're saying, but let me throw this out at you. Now, I cannot take credit for this. I'm going to call it a theory. I heard this from Zach Smith. I know he's not your most favorite human being on the planet, Aaron, but Zach is still connected with this program.
Yeah.
Okay. And he has been preaching to the high heavens for the last several weeks that Devin Brown is the guy. And he came out like at least 24, 48 hours before the announcement came out that Kyle McCord was going to get the first snap. So he knew that. And again, he might not exactly feel this way, but this is what he shared that I thought was incredibly interesting. He said, given the situation in that Ryan Day is in, maybe Ryan Day wants the world to see that Devin Brown is head and shoulders better than Kyle McCord. And so he's going to have Kyle go out there, start the game, and then bring Devin Brown in, and you see the difference. You feel the difference. You don't agree with that theory?
Why would you crap all over Kyle McCord like that?
I don't know what
Think about it.
what
Why would you
his
do that?
I don't know what his Kyle McCord's father has to do with this, but it is obvious given what the Zach Smith has been talking about that Kyle McCord's father obviously has had some um should we say persuasion, which I can't see Ryan Day being persuaded by a father of a player. I
Brother,
mean,
this is not this is not middle school.
this is the big city, right?
Daddy doesn't get to dictate if you play or not, bud. This, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's not how that works here.
yeah.
That's ridiculous. Now I see why that guy doesn't have a job.
Oh
Got it.
gosh, here we go.
Cool.
Jeez. I,
What?
I
Simple leadership. Kyle McCord is either your starter or he's your backup. And if we're trying to keep a solid backup, you don't crap all over him by having Devin Brown go in there and show the world that he's head and shoulders better.
but what if that happens?
Then it happens. That's the result of competition. I'm with you. I hope Devin Brown and Kyle McCord are like, yes, sir, but in their heart of hearts, they're going out there and they're still competing.
So let me ask you this question because this is what Ryan Day said today in his press conference. Kyle McCord won the opportunity to start this game one against Indiana because he was more consistent, had the steady hand over the last 7 to 10 days. Does
See,
that does that because it doesn't sound to me like Ryan Day was saying he won the job. What it says to me was he took care of the football.
yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, if it, the last 7 to 10 days, when you consider the spring and summer competition months, it can come down to simply who turned the ball over less.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's a big thing. On Saturday, how many times do turnovers dictate a ball game?
A
That's a
lot.
that's a common theme. Protect the football.
Sure.
Well, if Devin Brown, committed one more turnover than Kyle McCord, as close as a race as everybody said it was all summer long and spring, maybe that was the difference.
Maybe.
Maybe we are splitting hairs.
Okay, so let's project this out and let me give you another scenario because I'm enjoying picking your brain.
It's no more Zach Smith, please.
Okay, Kyle McCord comes out and is okay. He takes care of the football. He looks all right in the passing game. Ohio State is managing the football game, but it's not overwhelming. Devin Brown comes in, broken play, scrambling all over, hits a wide open Carnell Tate 50 yards down the field. Looks kind of like a Brett Favre type of quarterback where he's all over the place. Or in today's terms, I guess, what's his name from Kansas?
Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Broken play, all over the place, makes the play. You and I both know, Aaron, how fickle this fan base is, and I don't mean Luke Fickle. Okay,
Facts.
Devin Brown is going to become the most popular Buckeye on the roster.
Hmm.
Does Ryan Day risk losing this quarterback room, this roster, this fan base's support, which a lot of people are going to be quick to turn on him already? He's got the nickname Cooper 2.0, as Chris would say. If something like that were to happen, so why even put yourself in that situation unless there is in the back of his head still a belief that Devin Brown is better?
If Kyle McCord is consistent, the game is being managed, and we have a large lead, and Devin Brown comes in and does that, I think all that does is extends the QB competition. I think that doing things like that simply gives Devin Brown more opportunity to compete against Kyle McCord in a game, not just at practice.
Okay.
Because that tells me they're both productive. One may be more exciting, but at the end of the day, what's it about? Winning games.
Okay. Let me ask you one more question in closing here.
Okay.
For this enough quarterback talk. We got a whole Indiana team we need to break down here.
Yep.
Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, when we come on here, we get ready to talk about the football game and specifically the quarterback play. What do you anticipate talking about, Aaron?
Oh gosh. Whew. The hard-hitting questions today, buddy. You could have prepared me for that. Oh
I want to
gosh.
get it raw tonight.
Ugh. All right. Well, no protection. Here we go. I think that I think it's going to continue on into week 2. I
Do
think
you?
we're going to yes, I think we're going to continue to see two quarterbacks play all the way up until Notre Dame. Because
Mm.
at that time, that is the first real threat that we're going to have, and Ryan Day and this team have to have Ryan Day has to have his mind made up. There has to be continuity of play in preparation for a real test. And Notre Dame's going to be that test. This game is not in Columbus, it is in South Bend. That alone is an issue. You know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to get these guys as many game reps as possible so they are both prepared. The teams have played in a game with both of them. And we will see through, 3 games, what each one of them does, which one of them moves the football the best. That's what I think.
It's going to be interesting. Make sure you tune in this Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here on YouTube. Do not miss it. Be here live. It'll be our first call-in show. I have a feeling we're going to have some people call in, Aaron, who are going to have some pretty strong opinions about this quarterback battle after game number 1. So,
I'm for sure getting cussed out.
no, you will not. This is family friendly. We got to keep that PG rating, everybody.
Oh
That is
man,
not going to happen.
yeah, be nice to me, guys. I'm not mad.